Batman had the Batmobile. The Dukes of Hazzard had the General Lee. And the only thing cool Handyman Hertz has is a coffee cup. That's not going to do. I need an official Handyman Hertz vehicle, which I have right here. This has everything I need. This has steering, and all I need is some brakes, which, do we really need those? And also some power. So I'm going to power this wagon with this grinder. So let's go build it. My thought here was to have a grinder attached with a pivot point so that I can engage the wheel and disengage the wheel. That grinder would be attached to a tire, which would propel the whole wagon. The thought is I'd be sitting in it and being able to steer, and who knows, maybe someday I'll put a brake on it. So we found out the thread size to the grinder was 5/8 of an inch. So we put a 5/8 inch bolt all the way through the tire and halfway through a 5/8 inch coupling and attached it to the grinder. This should propel it forward. Now all we need to do is attach it to the wagon. What do we got going on here, Derek?
Well, we got our axle bolt with our bushings on there.
4-inch bolt.
4-inch bolt, 5/8.
Got a
washer on each side, and then we'll get our
bushings from my shock absorbers or my struts. Do you want to show the other side?
On the Acura.
The Acura. And then over here, we're going to have this go here. And then this threads into that flange. And that'll be our pivot. So we'll have the wheel right here. And then pivot it. Get it going. 6,000 RPMs. Drop it. We'll see. First time with the bus. 15 amp hours. Oh man. Nice. To connect the grinder to the wagon, we decided to use 2 threaded flanges with a 3/4 inch nipple in between and 2 U-bolts to connect the flange to the handle. And I got to use my brand new ratchet wrench, which made Derek a little nervous. Next, we marked the 4 holes in the flange, and I used my center punch to provide a guide for my drill bit. This is called a spring tool, and it no doubt is one of my favorite tools that I own. This is the sharp side, and the other side is flat. You can use as a nail set. I know there's 100 ways better to do this, so I'm really curious what your guys' thoughts are. So leave a comment and tell me how I could have done it better, or how you would have engineered this. This is only version 1, so your opinions will help on my next versions. Woo! It's getting a little sweaty.
Well, if you had a Milwaukee.
Before taking it to the racetrack, I decided to see how fast the grinder goes with and without a wheel. You can see here it's just shy of 8,000 RPMs, which seems accurate because this grinder is rated for 8,000 RPMs. Now with the wheel on, I got it up to 3,000 to 4,000 RPMs on this testing and my off-camera testing. So, in front of the church. Here we go. The initial launch in 3, 2, 1. Our theory is no good. Well, it's a burnout machine, but somehow, some way, we got to do better.
Need more power.
Need more power.
The setup's still good. It's just this part to change out.
Yeah. And gobs more power. Maybe a 60 volt grinder. Well, version 1 was a failure, and I just ordered a 60 volt grinder, so hopefully hopefully we can
back here.
we can come back in a few days and finish her up. I'll admit this video was a little bit disappointing, but guess what? I just got my 60 volt grinder in, and listen to the difference versus the 20 volt. So much more power. This thing has 4 to 5 times more power than that. So surely that'll get this thing going, and if not, I'm totally committed to making this wagon fly. So if not, I picked up this little 60 volt circular saw, well, not so little, and I'll use that. And if that doesn't work, I'll use drills. If that doesn't work, I'll just put them all on and see what works. So I promise you the next video will not be a disappointment on Handyman Hertzmobile 2.0. I'm financially, emotionally, and time invested into making this thing work. As I age, I'm starting to think more about the old folks home and how I need to be beating people to 4 o'clock bingo. So I think I'm going to get a DeWALT powered wheelchair coming up in a few videos. So that's another reason to subscribe to Handyman Hertz, and if you tap my logo right here, I'll probably be doing that here in a few videos. And if you click right here, I will have my Handyman Hertzmobile 2.0 when it's ready. And until then, I'm off to 5:30 supper. Oh boy, my brake. Broke my brake.